His way out of Madison Square Garden, handshakes all around. Isiah, how do you want your players to react to this?
I expect our players to be resilient. I expect them to be professional, and I expect them to come out and perform at a very high level. I expect our players to come out and try to win the game.
One assistant who wasn't fired, Herb Williams, the Knicks interim head coach for one game and one game only. You win, your winning percentage is 1,000. Stephon Marbury, the drive. Later in the second, here's Penny, jumper in the corner, and Isiah's acquisitions paying off. The Knicks scored a season-high 64 in the first half. In the third, Magic up 5. Two teams in this game. Tracy McGrady connects, puts the Magic up 7. Fourth quarter, though, Knicks up 6. Keith Van Horn might want to put a hand in his face. Knicks win for Herb Williams. We go to Tim Legler and Greg Anthony for their take on what's taking place at the Garden.
Steve, thanks. You know, Tim, when you think about Isiah Thomas, this is a proud man, and you know what? He didn't want to have any semblance of the Scott Layden era on this basketball team. That's what the last piece of that puzzle was to remove Don Chaney and his core assistants as coaches and begin the Isiah Thomas era.
Well, I agree. You know what? This is New York City, so there's no time for rebuilding and taking your time. He was going to get things done now, and nobody can make an argument that Don Chaney didn't get a legitimate opportunity, because he did. He did not succeed, and Don Chaney knows this business better than anybody. He's been around this league a long time. All this garbage from the New York media about, hey, he was disrespectfully shown the door. You know, he understands. He didn't get the job done. He understands it better than anybody.
Well, and Tim, remember, this is a business, and this is a public business, and when you don't produce on the court, whether it's via injury or what have you, you are going to pay a price. And the man that's replacing him has paid that price. Lenny Wilkins went through the same thing last year. When he didn't have Vince Carter, he was shown the door.
No question. And Lenny Wilkins is a guy that's, you know, he's a safe bet, a comfortable fit, good personality style, I think, for Stephon Marbury. Does he really get my juices flowing? Not really. I think he's a surprising name to me. I didn't even know he was still interested in coaching.
He's top 50,
he's top 50.
He's a Hall of Fame coach, and he's a Hall of Fame player, and he's won a championship.
Does he really create
as a
excitement
coach
at the Garden for you to go to the Garden as a Knicks fan?
Hey, he's a New York boy. He's a New York boy coming home.
I don't know.
Well, know this about Lenny Wilkins. He's been around the NBA coaching block twice. This is Wilkins' 6th NBA head coaching gig. Only the king of NBA nomads, Larry Brown, has coached more clubs. Of course, you have to coach a lot of games to be the winner.
Here are the top 4 reasons why we think the Cavaliers will win the game. Number 4, they need to eclipse last season's road win total of 3. Number 3, the Warriors, not very good. They've lost 9 of 10 overall. Number 2, Cavaliers had won 18 of the last 22 against Golden State. And the number 1 reason why Cleveland will win the game, LeBron James, of course, right?
Wouldn't have thought of that,
Yeah,
no.
sure. First quarter, LeBron here, Darius Miles there, 18 for Miles and the foul, and the Cavaliers have a 2-point lead, so all is going according to plan. But second quarter, Jason Richardson jam, for which he'll earn $850 a week. Rodman still trying to recover from a knee injury, rated himself at about 75% for his debut against the Fresno Heat Wave, sporting an orange and blue dye job there. Second quarter, there's Dennis, not exactly, well, you know, playing hard defense. He played 28 minutes, did have 14 rebounds, turned it over 4 times. Great outlet here to Joaquin Hawkins from Rodman, using the old ABA ball. And Long Beach wins 130 to 110. Dennis Rodman, his ABA debut.
Raptors are 20 of 49 without Vince Carter. Sonics and Wizards, Jarvis Hayes, the steal, and does he get Dunk of the Night nominee? Could be doing that. No, it doesn't move me.
Again,
13, but he got a Dunk of the Night nominee.
We're going to have to talk about that.
Larry Hughes hits the 3. Hughes with 27 points and 5 boards. Wizards! The Wizards win, and here's why they won. Because they finally shot 50% from the floor. There was one team left in the NBA this year that hadn't shot 50% in a game from the floor, and that was the Washington Wizards.
Well,
and you know
at
what?
least they don't hold the record alone. They were close.
All right, Stephen A. So the Wizards win, and they take a 1-game lead on the Magic for the battle for the worst record in the NBA. But what is wrong with the Wizards? And I see you gather.
How about-
I see the coming storm. I see the clouds above your head. Go ahead.
Everything's wrong with them.
Preach, angry black man.
Everything
Preach.
is wrong with them. I mean, I'm looking at the Wizards. I know that Gilbert Arenas was hurt and he missed a few games this year. I know Jerry Stackhouse hasn't been there. I understand that. But my goodness, they have been awful throughout this year. They've shown they've lacked intensity. They've lacked effort. Coach Eddie Jordan has shown more heart than any player on their roster up until recently. They got to get their act together because they're a better team. They're a more talented team than that. They looked awful, Greg. I'm sorry.
Well, he's working on his dance step there, but you know what? Early in the season, they showed more emotion. They were more competitive.
Thank you.
But you know what? You continue to lose, and then sooner or later, it really just.
What did Michael Jordan say? I mean, maybe we need to listen to Michael Jordan a little bit more. I mean, my goodness, he sat there and said, "Listen, I am the franchise. Look at what I've done." We all know you're impeding the development of the young guys.
41
Obviously
games last
not.
year. How many they win last year?
Listen.
Who cares?
Hold on.
I forgot.
Hold on. And you
37,
also can't
37,
forget, you also can't
45.
forget about another problem is you have a veteran like Christian Laettner.
Yeah, get busted, getting axed for 5 games.
He's got a problem.
No.
He's got a problem.
Stupidity would be one of them. Irresponsible would be another.
You know what,
Idiotic would be another.